30, 35 countries, but I've never had more fun than in Canada. Those people have not had fun. All right, enough for Canada. Now you guys just be quiet. The adults are going to work for a little while here now. Love you too, love you too. How many would consider themselves in this arena? How many would consider themselves an entrepreneur? Raise your hands, please. I love entrepreneurs. I love everything about them. I love the fact that they go against the odds. I love the fact that they're not common people, that they're willing to take risks. They're willing to do spectacular things. They're willing to rise to a challenge. I love that about them. Entrepreneurship can be challenging. It can be an ordeal. It can be lonely. And network marketing is what I would consider the highest form of entrepreneurship, the purest form of entrepreneurship, network marketing. I remember the day I was introduced to network marketing for the very first time. I was a young man. I was 22 years old. I was selling real estate for my father and his partner, a gentleman by the name of John Joyce, and one of my early mentors, a dear, dear friend of mine. And I had no money. I was behind on my bills. I was behind on my promises. And one day he came to my desk at the little real estate office and said, "Hey, I think I have a way for us to make some extra money." And I needed money like oxygen. I needed money badly. So I'm like, okay, I'm interested. And we went to a gentleman's house, and John was a very successful businessman, and the gentleman that we went to his house, he was a very successful businessman. And they showed me a video cassette. This was back in 1988, so video cassette. They put this video in, and it was so ridiculous. The products were ridiculous. The claims were ridiculous. People were making $50,000 in 15 minutes. It was just too much. There's limousines and helicopters and mansions. I'm just watching going, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen, ever. And I don't know if you've seen the show, what's the show? Shark Tank. Everybody see the show Shark Tank? So I sat there, I watched the video, and I said to my friends, I said, based upon what I've seen, gentlemen, I'm out. And they said, that's fine, Eric, no problem. We're going to do it anyway. Now the successful guys are going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Now, if they succeed in it, I have to watch it every day in the office. So I pulled my father aside and I said, "Dad, would you give me one more loan so I could get started with you guys?" Oh, fine, I'll do it. So I got started. And I will tell you, I received a gift that very first day from my mentor, John Joyce, as I was walking out the door. After signing up, I'm walking out the door, I'm walking to the car, and I hear John say to our sponsor, I hear him say, "Do you see that kid? That kid is going to do better than all of us. You watch." I heard him say it. And I will tell you that little comment had a huge impact on my success because he believed in me when I didn't believe in me. And I will tell you that to tell you, you have a gift to be able to give to every person that joins your business. If you believe in them when they don't necessarily believe in themselves, you can help them see a bigger picture for themselves. So anyway, I started. Very first day, I got started, and here was my whole strategy. My dad was my sponsor. So my whole strategy was, he was successful, I wasn't. I got my mom and dad's address book. And I quickly called all of their friends before they had a chance to call them. That was my whole strategy. I was introducing my parents' friends to themselves. And I signed some up. I had a little bit of success. I started making a little bit of money. It was awesome. And I learned a lesson right up front. And the lesson is this, if you're taking notes, it's something for you to think about. You only get to make, in this business, you only get to earn what you are as a person. From time to time, your income might take a lucky jump. You might be in the right place at the right time, and all of a sudden everything's just working like crazy. But if you're not, as a person, to the level of your income will come down to the level of the person that you are. It will adjust. So I didn't know this. I'm in the right place at the right time. Things are going great. I'm calling all my parents' friends. It's amazing. I'm making money, but I walked away from real estate, and within 90 days, my income just went flat. Because guess what I really was? I was a minimum wage person. I wasn't a person of value. I wasn't a person of substance. I was a person trying to get something for nothing, trying to outsmart the system, hope to get in, which most people in network marketing, you know what goes through their mind when they're thinking about joining network marketing? I can think of 3, 4, 5 people that might do this too. All right, I'll join. And hope to transfer my risk to somebody else as quickly as possible, and then I'll see what happens from there. Maybe I can kick back and never work another day in my life. That would be cool. If you think about when you reach for your credit card, that was what went through your mind for 99% of people. Coming in, trying to get something for nothing. It sounds so great. It sounds so amazing. Hey, it's super easy. All you have to do is sign up these merchants and people go buy stuff and you make money. It's unbelievable. That's a fun first month, right? Then the work shows up. So 90 days in, when I was mad at the opportunity, I was mad at network marketing because guess what happened when things got tough? When all of a sudden I've got to make some money to pay the rent. I have to figure out how to get this thing going. My excuses showed up. Nobody will listen to me. I'm just a young guy. Nobody will give a young guy a chance. I don't have a college degree. If I had a college degree, I bet I could be successful. If I lived in Austria, it would be amazing. But I just live in Minnesota. How can you expect me to succeed in Minnesota? Everybody's frozen. Nobody wants to do any work. My upline won't help me. I got a terrible upline. Won't do nothing for me. Company says they'll provide training. They say that the service sells itself. Liars, does not either. I don't get support, I don't get training. Nobody's there to pat me on the back. The weather's terrible. I had every excuse in the world. But guess what? My excuses weren't making me any money. And the greatest gift I ever got in network marketing is I have no place else to go. There's a lyric from Garth Brooks, the country singer. It says, one of God's greatest gifts is unanswered prayers. I think that's true. I had no place to go. You know what's stopping many of you from going all the way to the top in network marketing? You know what's stopping many of you? You've got someplace else to go. You've got other things that you could do. And when it gets hard, I don't know if I need this. I could just go over here and pay my bills. I didn't have that. It was awesome that I didn't have it. I had to go back to the thing that I was mad at. And I'll be honest, it was a day at a time. I'd listen to great music to get me psyched up for one day. It would get me through that day, and I'd go back home miserable. Then I'd do it one more day, and I'd do it one more day, and finally, guess what I started to do? I started to walk away from blame, and I started to take responsibility. I started to say, you know what? If it is to be, it's up to me. I'm going to go after this. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to make up in my lack of skills. I'm going to make it up in effort. I'm going to show up early. I'm going to be there late. I'm going to take the notes. I'm going to decide. I'm going to go after this thing. But here's the truth. The truth is that my first 3 years, it takes time to take a person who's minimum wage person and take them to a high-earning person as a person. It takes time. You just don't get there really fast. And in my first 3 years in network marketing, I struggled. I mean, I made a living. I paid the bills. I had a job. I didn't have freedom. I heard about duplication. I love this concept, duplication. You ever heard this training? All you got to do is get 5 people. And you know what I learned? Everybody in this room can get 5 people. You know what you got to do? You just decide, I'm getting 5 people. Not stuck. So I get 5 people. Right? You can do that. You can make a decision. Talk to enough people. You don't want to do this, do you? Eventually somebody's going to say yes. And then the training goes, all you have to do is teach those 5 people to each get 5 people. I like this concept. And you know what I learned? You can actually make those people do it too. You're getting 5 people. We're getting in the car, you're not going home until we get 5. You can force that. And you can have a little team of 30 people now. But I also learned that you can't make the next one go. I heard about these people that had 5 and then 25 and then 125 and 625 and thousands. I was so mad at those people because I never had any of that. I'd get about a group of about 30 or so, and then it would shrink down to about 10. And I'd say, you know what? I'm not recruiting the right people. I need to recruit business people, sharp people. So I'd go after all the business people. When it got hard for the business people, guess what they did? I don't need this. Went right back to their jobs. And then I said, you know what? I'm being too easy on everybody. I'm going to be tough now. I'm going to be a tough leader. Get in my business. Sign right here. Drop down and give me 20 push-ups. Anybody ever tried that? If you haven't been around for a while, you will. You'll try it. That didn't work. So I tried the love approach. We're just going to love everybody. Love you so much for being in our group. Pat you on the back. It's okay. It was a hard day. It's okay. Big support group. Nobody sold anything at all. I was a young guy. I tried the party approach. You ever try that? We're just going to party and we'll do business in between. Some people needed to go into therapy after that. And I will tell you, I was discouraged, to be honest with you. We're having fun today. But I will tell you, our business is a lonely business. You know this. When all the lights and this incredible production fades, and you go back home and you look at that phone and you say, what am I going to do? And you start to have this conversation in your mind is, maybe it's me. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe I should be doing something else because not everybody's built for this, and clearly I haven't figured this thing out. I don't have breakthrough income. I have hustle money. I'm working hard just to be able to keep my qualification, just to be able to keep just enough going. And you go to the conventions. I remember my first convention, I'm right in the front row, man, taking notes. I'm gonna be on that stage. This is awesome. And you see the recognition, and they're walking across, and they're getting their checks, big, huge checks, and their flowers. I want to thank my team for helping me get to this level. The tears. It's inspiring. Then the next convention you come to, you're not in the front row, you're like 3-4 rows back. 3, 4, 5 conventions in, you're back, 2/3 of the way back. You're like this now. Here he comes. The parade of tears. He's gonna cry. 5, 4, 3, 2. There he goes. Right? And I remember I really wanted to hit a rank. There was a rank I wanted to hit so bad. And the company said that there's going to be something special for this rank, so you really want to push for it. So I pushed. I never worked harder in my life. I worked 14-hour days, 6, 7 days a week. I was just killing it to try to get to this level by this convention. I got to the convention, and guess what? I missed it. I was this close. And they had a special meeting for that group. So I went to the meeting. I didn't go in. I sat outside, and I just watched them go in. Just to feel the burn. It's the kind of sick person I am. They go in. They close the door. Boom. And I don't know what to do. And all of a sudden, a marching band lines up outside, balloons, costumes. What's going on? They bust the doors in, and they walk in with a marching band, playing all this stuff. They hand out $1 million to the people in that room. That night, I go to a conference, I go to dinner with one of my mentors who was in the room. And he's holding court at dinner. And he's passing the check around so people can look at it. I got it. I'm like, I'm so happy for you. So happy. Oh. And I swear to God, I almost quit. I almost quit the business. I said, there's something wrong with me. These people, the ones that are walking across stage, have you ever noticed they're kind of normal? They're nobody's, prize. They're not, the Forrest Gumps walking across. I don't know how I hit this level. I've never figured the compensation plan out. I could do seminars on the compensation plan. They never even knew how it worked. They just get all the checks. Drive me nuts. I almost quit. I swear to God, I almost quit. And I went home. I was in a dark place. I decided to go to one more conference, but I will tell you, I went there looking for an excuse to quit. I was just ready for an excuse to quit. And the night before this conference, this is the day that really changed my career. The night before this conference, I'm watching CNN, and they're doing an interview with some obscure expert. Have you ever seen like Pawn Stars or Storage Wars or any of those types of shows? Where they're trying to sell some ancient sword. They said, well, I have a friend that is an expert in ancient swords. We'll just walk down the street and talk to that friend. It was that kind of thing, right? And I remember thinking, how does a person become an expert at that? It doesn't even make sense to me. Nothing happens that night. The next day, I'm sitting in the back and I'm watching the parade of twos. And it was literally like I got hit by lightning. I swear to God. It was almost like an audible click in my brain, and I went, wait a minute. What if I decided to become world class at network marketing? What if I decided to become an absolute expert at network marketing? Not just in theory, but in practice. One of the best. What if I let go of trying to find the perfect system? What if I let go of trying to be mad about my upline not helping me? What if I let go of that and decided I'm going to say goodbye to my upline and I'm going to pretend like I'm frontline to the company from this day forward? What if I decided that I'm going to figure out what the skills are and I'm going to master them so strongly, and I walk away from even looking at the money and I'm just going to focus on the skills? That's all I'm going to do is focus on the skills. What if I just did that? And I got to tell you, my first 3 years of network marketing, my dominating emotion was fear. I was afraid I was too late. I was afraid I was in the wrong country. I was afraid I was in the wrong group. I was afraid I didn't have the right system. I was afraid that I was the problem. I hadn't figured it out. I was afraid that nobody would listen to me because I was too young. All these different things. And in that moment when I decided to go pro, really, my fear went away. And I was just like, I can do this. And I will tell you, the most amazing thing happened. Fast. Once I made the decision, I became a different person. People around me could tell there's something changed about you. They could tell I wasn't messing around anymore. They could tell I was focused on excellence. They could tell I wasn't wandering the wilderness looking for a shortcut. That I was going to be committed to excellence in all levels of this profession. I was going to do it right, and I was going to help other people do the same. And here's what I will tell you. If you'll make the decision is the biggest decision you'll ever make in your career, but if you'll make a decision to go pro as a network marketing professional, representing this company and the services that it offers and the products it offers around the world, to consumers, to merchants, to the other distributors that are connected, if you'll decide to be a professional, your career is taken care of. That moment that decision happens, you've already changed 1 million lives. The moment the decision happens, it just hasn't shown up yet. You hear me? It's for real, I'm not kidding. That decision is everything. And it can happen pretty fast. Within 2 years, by the time just before I turned 30 years old, I made $980,000 US within 2 years of that decision. It can happen fast. It can happen fast. So I got to tell you, the decision, if I had one goal to talk to you today, is to make that decision. How are you going to get there? It doesn't even matter. If you make the decision, you're going to figure it out. You don't need to know. You don't need a roadmap. Nobody needs to hold your hand. You just decide, I'm going to do it. Nobody's going to stop me. I'm going to the top. You're going to either see me waving from the top or dead on the side of that road because I'm not coming back. You hear what I'm saying? If you get there, it gets easy. But I'm also here to tell you, if you don't make the decision, network marketing stays hard. It will stay hard. And if you're going to do it anyway, I would save you that pain. Done wrong, network marketing is miserable. Done right, it's the most wonderful thing in the world. It's just spectacularly amazing. I got solid during this process, and I learned something. Over the course of the last almost 30 years now, most people in the world still don't understand network marketing at all. They don't have the first clue. They think they do, but they don't. What's a common misconception about network marketing? Somebody give me something. Pyramid. What does a pyramid mean? What does it mean? Egypt. There's no products or services. All right, let me give you a few facts. If you're taking notes, jot this down. Our profession does approximately $178 billion a year in retail sales last year. $178 billion a year worldwide. Our profession. Okay? So clearly there are products and services moving through that pipeline. 178 billion. It's one of the highest regulated, externally and internally, professions on Earth, on the planet. Point number 3. People say, oh, nobody makes any money in those things. Anybody ever heard that? Nobody makes money? Anybody? Approximately $80 billion a year is paid in commissions. $80 billion a year is paid in commissions to distributors all over the world. That's approximately $200 million US every single day. You say nobody's making money? $200 million a day is pretty good. It's getting paid to somebody. And then what do they say? Oh, it's only the people at the top that make money. You ever heard that one? It's also untrue. There are approximately 500 people in the world that make $1 million or more per year in network marketing, somewhere in that neighborhood. If you average it up to $2 million a year, 500 people times $2 million a year is $1 billion. That would take the 80 billion down to 79 billion. Where does the rest of the money go? It goes to people making 6 figures a year. It goes to people making $500 a month. It goes to people making $1,000 a month and making a house payment, putting a kid through school, taking care of real human needs all over the world. That's where it goes. So these clowns that think that they know our profession, they don't have a clue. I would love to have a public debate with the biggest critics in network marketing live on the internet around the world. Let's have it. But you know what they do? You know what they do? They run the other way. They cannot stand that heat. They like their little reputation over here with other people who agree with them. But bring it, because you can't win that debate. You can't do it. We're so legitimized, it's unbelievable. I want you to know, because some of you in this room have an inferiority complex about network marketing. Yes, it's network marketing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd love you to get to the places, of course it's network marketing. Why else would we do anything else? It doesn't even make any sense. This is way better than traditional. Many of you are attracting the negativity that you're receiving about network marketing because you're projecting it in the way that you carry yourself. You apologize for network marketing and you don't even realize it. I'm sorry. But we have these awesome services. You don't have to do that part. You can just be a merchant. Don't look at me. Right? True or not true? True. So, let me give you a few things to think about. One is, network marketing isn't perfect. It has its challenges. Every company has its challenges. Every country you open is going to have its challenges. Every compensation structure is going to have some challenges. Everything, just understand, when it comes to compensation plans and global growth, everything works perfect until you add people to it. And then it gets all messed up. Huge challenges. So understand, network marketing isn't perfect. It's lonely sometimes, like any entrepreneurial endeavor is. It's frustrating to deal with people who won't face their fear and move forward and build a business of their own. It's frustrating dealing with the perceptions of ignorant people who don't know that they're ignorant. You know that there's a catch to network marketing? Here's the catch. You ready for this? You must accept the temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. That's the catch. And accept isn't strong enough a word. You actually have to embrace the loss of social esteem from ignorant people. You have to be proud when somebody says, I don't get it. Network marketing? Really? You're a successful person. Why would you be in network marketing? You have to go, oh, they're one of those people. Okay. Seriously, I'm not kidding. If you can't embrace that, there's only so far you can go. Because everybody's waiting for the time when the whole world's going to understand. And guess what? That may not happen in our lifetime. And guess what else? Stop wishing for what you don't want. Because if everybody in the world understood network marketing and embraced it, the company wouldn't have to pay you as much as it pays you today. They wouldn't. The fact that it's hard makes it great. The fact that it's challenging makes it great. The greatest entrepreneurs among you are going to rise up and do spectacular things. So network marketing isn't perfect, but it's better. It's better than working as an employee for somebody else. It's better than being a blue-collar worker, making something, laboring with your body. It's better than professional sales. It's better than traditional business ownership. Traditional business ownership, you get all the benefits of business ownership inside of a network marketing distributorship without the risk. All the upside, hardly any downside. Are you kidding me? It's perfect. How many people have owned your own business at some point in your life outside of network marketing? Keep your hands up if you'd love to have your money back from that experience. Forget a return on your investment, just a return of your investment. Just get it back. Wouldn't that be awesome? It's hard, right? If you make a small business work, guess what? You earned every single penny times 10. You're the lowest paid person in that business for a long time before you get to be paid what you're worth. In network marketing, you don't have to do all the stuff. You don't have to put this incredible production together. You show up. It's awesome. You don't have to make any of this stuff happen. You just plug in and let them do all the hard stuff. Figuring out how to open up a new country. Do you want to do that? No. But we'll yell at them if they didn't get one thing wrong in some country. You know what I mean? The craziest thing in the world. How many countries are you in now? 46 countries? Are you kidding me? You didn't have to open up one of them. And you get to benefit from all of them. It's crazy, the leverage that you get to have in your business. So network marketing isn't perfect. There's going to be challenging times, challenging days, but it's better than other forms of entrepreneurship. If you have an entrepreneurial bone in your body, there's nothing better than network marketing to provide freedom in your life, freedom for your family, freedom to enjoy the things in life. How many successful business people do you know that have a successful business and don't have a life? How many do you know? You don't have to be that. You get to have all the good, very little bad. The catch is, you have to embrace the temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. Fine, so be it. It's an easy trade. Point number 2. Point number 1, network marketing isn't perfect, it's just better. Point number 2, if you're gonna do it, okay? if you're going to be involved, and you're here, you came from all over the world, so I'm proud of you for doing that. But if you're going to do it, decide to be a professional. Decide to go pro. Don't count on somebody else to be your speaker, your trainer, your upline, your support, your babysitter, your support system. Decide that you know what? You're enough. You're going to make it happen from this point forward. You're going to go get the things figured out that you need to get figured out. You're going to make it so. Just decide. Point number 3. Like any profession, there are skills you need to develop. This isn't magic beans we're talking about here. Many people think it is. Plug in, hey, I'm going to throw some things around, see what happens. Share it with a couple people. That's a great business plan. I'm going to share it with a couple of people. I found that there are 7 fundamental skills that you need to master in order to be able to build a career in network marketing. 7, not 70, 7. Skill number 1 is finding people to talk to. Finding people to talk to. Whether it's customers, merchants, potential distributors. Finding people to talk to. I didn't know that was a skill when I first got started. My first 3 years I didn't know it was a skill. I thought you either knew a lot of people or you didn't. I learned it was a skill, and the professionals learn how to connect with people professionally all the time, and they're always building their contacts. I didn't know that was a skill. So skill number 1, finding prospects, finding people to talk to. Skill number 2 is inviting, getting people to take a look. Here's what we have to offer. Either it's for you or it isn't. But if you can't get them to look, you can only go so far in this business. Learning how to invite someone to take a look. Skill set number 3 is presenting. In a way that works, gets results, but in a way that also can duplicate. So other people in your organization can do the same thing. Presenting what you have. Skill set number 4, following up. The professionals understand that most people aren't going to join after 1 exposure. It's going to take 4, 5, 6 exposures for a person to make a decision and join. Professionals learn how to keep the ball rolling in a comfortable way until a person's ready to make a decision. Skill set number 5 is closing. Learning how to help somebody make a decision that's best for them. Asking questions and then helping them become a customer, helping them become a merchant, helping them become a distributor. Professionally, learning how to do that. Skill set number 6 is getting people started effectively. That's where duplication lives. If you're not rigid about your getting started process, your duplication will suffer. Learning how to get people started effectively. And skill set number 7 is promoting events, getting people to attend events like this. It's the highest paid skill in our profession. Getting people to attend big events like this, because it'll do all the work for you. It'll take care of most of the job for you. Imagine if everybody you've ever introduced to your business was sitting in this arena with you. What would happen to your business in the next 12 months? Be dramatic growth. So those 7 skills are fundamental in order to be able to help you. And I want to give you something. If you could throw up this slide. I only have 1 slide. I just started something called GoPro All Access, a week ago. I took all of my best training courses on the skills to build a network marketing business, the 90-day game plan training, it's called Insanity Boot Camp, getting started training called Formula 1, all fundamental stuff that will work for your business, okay? You can go to GoProAllAccess.com, you can go check it out. You can kind of sign, it's like a Netflix type of a subscription. You can sign up, you can watch all of that, you can test drive it, but it will give you some really good benefits, okay? So if you're serious about building your skills, this will help you. Simple, all right? Now, so point number 1, network marketing isn't perfect, it's just better. Point number 2, if you're going to do it, decide to be professional. Point number 3, like any profession, there are skills you need to develop. This will help you build those skills. How many people have read or listened to GoPro? Wow. That's pretty awesome. I got to admit. It's being translated, continues to be translated into countries all over the world. I don't know how many now, but it continues to help a lot of people. And those skills that I just talked about, those 7 skills, that's fundamental to the book, right? You already know that if you've read it. Point number 4. Like anything of value, it's going to take some time. Did you know, how many people in this room are an attorney or a physician? A medical doctor or an attorney? Did you get their hands up? I heard a study that it said it took approximately 18,000 hours of practice before you could get paid in that profession. Between study and schooling and internships and everything that you needed to do, 18,000 hours of practice. I have a question for you in your network marketing career. How many hours have you practiced your network marketing skills? Do you think we could get to 18? Would that help? I'm not talking about going out and doing it. I'm practicing as I go. I'm talking about practice, inviting people with other people that are trying to learn the same thing. Practice presenting, practice following up, practice closing, practice getting people started. Work on the skills, get good at it. Most of you, you know what you're doing? You're like, my passion's gonna be enough. I want this so bad, you don't have any idea. You have no idea how bad I want this. Now, let's say some of you needed to go have surgery. And you walk in, the doctor walks in, he says, I'm so passionate about helping you. I want to help you so much, you have no idea. This is just going to be awesome. You say, well, great. How long have you done this? I haven't even gone to school. I haven't done anything. But you don't understand. Do you want passion or do you want competence? I don't even care if they like me, so long as they're good. So give it some time. Give it a little bit of time. It's going to take a minute to build a career. You'll work in an office for 10 years and still be the new person. And you're okay with that. And after 90 days in network marketing, you're going, wow, when am I going to get some recognition? Settle in. Take some time. And the last thing I'll tell you, and I'll close with this. It's worth it. It really is. It's worth the effort. It's worth the travel. It's worth people rolling their eyes at you. It's worth that social esteem challenge. It's worth the lonely days. It's worth it when you lose a strong leader and they go someplace else. It's worth it when somebody quits. It's worth it when you have challenges inside the company or some new country is opened up. It's still worth it. And not just for the money. Even though the quality of money that you'll earn inside of network marketing is better than the quality of money you'll earn in any other endeavor in your life. And the fact that you get paid so much, the top earners in this room, you know. You know if they had a hidden camera and they followed you around for the last 90 days and they paid you based upon what they saw you do. That would be a scary conversation for most of you. You do not want to get paid based upon what somebody actually witnessed you doing for the last 90 days because our business is so friendly. It'll pay you like crazy when you're just hanging out. So it's not just for the money. Not even just for the quality of the money. It's for the lives that you'll be able to touch, the people you'll be able to help, the people who you'll be able to help them conquer their fears and live a bigger life, the life that they're meant to live. The customers you're going to be able to help benefit, the merchants you're going to be able to help grow their businesses. The things you're going to be able to see, the friendships you're going to be able to develop. You know, one of the greatest benefits of network marketing, we have an excuse to be able to hang out. We have an excuse called this business to, hey, let's go to Vegas. And to hang out with each other. How cool is that? It's the greatest thing ever. You don't get that in your job. If you have to go to a convention in your job, it's misery. I have to hang out with these people for 3 days. It's brutal. The causes you'll be able to contribute to, the people you'll be able to touch, I'm telling you, it's just, you can live a life that I think you're meant to live. I know most of you have believed at some point, at some level, that you were put on this earth to do more than what you've done up until this point. You've just been looking for a vehicle to be able to get some traction and make it happen. I'm telling you, it's sitting in your lap right now. But you have to make a decision. You got to decide. And some of you that have been coasting, you got to make a different decision. That you're going to put the work clothes on again. You're going to do what you did to get to the point that you are right now. You're going to do it again. Even though you don't have to. Even though you could be comfortable. Not for your gain, but for your legacy. When you get pulled by your purpose, legacy, contribution, fulfillment, not just by the income, everything starts to change. So I will tell you this, I'm proud of all of you. Super proud of you. I'm proud of you for being here. I'm proud of you for stretching. Some of you have stories that to get here, to make this happen, was an incredible sacrifice. I'm proud of you for making the decision to make network marketing a career choice. I'm proud of you for taking the message around the world. And I'm most proud of what you're about to do as you leave here and go back as ambassadors of hope to everyone else around the world, because people are miserable, they're looking for purpose, they're looking for connection, they're hoping for opportunity, but they just won't tell you that. You've got to get past that guard to be able to help them get to a place of freedom. Got it? So, ladies and gentlemen, my wish for all of you is that you decide to become network marketing professionals, that you decide to go pro. Because it is a stone cold fact that we do have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody have a great rest of your day. I love you very much.